Good Wednesday afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Natalie McCain.
And I'm Jalen Wells. A jury has been seated and testimony has started in the trial of 45-year-old Gerard Canada, an Archer City man facing allegations of child sex crimes.
The charges of indecency by contact and indecency by exposure stem from an outcry made by a 14-year-old girl to her mother during the summer of 2023.
Josh Hogger has been sitting in the 97th District Courtroom in Archer City since testimony got underway this morning, and he joins us live from the courthouse with the latest. Josh?
Yeah, Jalen and Natalie, an Archer County jury of 7 men and 5 women were sworn in just a little bit after 6 o'clock last night, and the trial of Gerard Canada, who's been jailed on charges of indecency by contact and indecency by exposure since his initial arrest in 2023, is now officially underway. Now, testimony began at 9 this morning in Archer County's 97th Judicial District Courtroom after the jury was called into the courtroom and prosecutors read the indictment, and Canada pleaded not guilty on both indecency charges pending against him. Now, during opening statements, 97th District Attorney Katie Boggeman told the jury that she believed the evidence would compel them to find Canada guilty, letting them know that the victim, who was 14 at the time of her outcry, would be taking the stand and telling them both what Canada allegedly did to her and how it's affected her since. Now, Canada's lead defense attorney, Jeff Eves, reserved his opening statement for when he presents his case in chief. First on the stand, it was a former Archer County dispatcher who took the call from the alleged victim's mother on July 21st of 2023. He testified that the woman seemed reluctant to give any details at first, adding, quote, "She didn't want things to get around." Now, he testified that he eventually heard the woman say that Canada had sexually abused the victim, leading him to personally contact an Archer County deputy and notify them. He testified he didn't relay the message over the radio because he worried that Canada might have a scanner since he was a firefighter, adding, quote, "It's a small town and her kids played sports with his younger brothers." Now, when we just walked out of the courtroom a little bit ago, the attorneys were discussing what they could and could not ask regarding the alleged victim's mother, who was on the stand before we broke for lunch. We expect her to return to the stand when we come back, and then after that, I've been told by courthouse officials that the alleged victim will take the stand. Now, one thing to note, Canada also has charges of aggravated perjury and tampering with a witness pending against him, but courthouse officials told me that these cases were never joined. So right now, he's only facing the 2 child sex crime charges. Those others are still pending. Now, we'll be back here when testimony resumes this afternoon, and that is where we are at right now in this trial as things get underway in the trial of Gerard Canada here in Archer County, guys.